Marvel movies always do well at the box office, and each new hero, star, character, or super team adds to the legacy of the universe. Behind the scenes, they also add even more crazy stories and coincidences. But for all its success, and what seems like perfect planning, the MCU has just as many weird or hard-to-believe secrets that the studio would rather fans not think about. The MCU doesn't want you to know these 10 secrets. Today in this video, we are going to talk about the 10 Marvel secrets that no one talks about. But before we start our discussion, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon. Number 1. Wolverine's cameo. Before the Marvel Cinematic Universe became a monster blockbuster, the studio was far more receptive to sharing their universe with the rest of Marvel's characters who were being produced by other studios. This was back when the Marvel Cinematic Universe was just starting out. Hugh Jackman's name has been bandied about as a possible contender for the part of an immortal clawed soldier serving with Captain America during World War II, and these speculations have persisted for a considerable amount of time. Regardless of whether rights difficulties stopped him from being referred to as Wolverine, it still would have been an incredible cameo performance. Number 2. Casting Iron Man. When the production company was searching for an actor to play the character of Iron Man, they were not at all convinced that Robert Downey Jr. would be the ideal actor to play the position. However, now that he is known as the face of the Marvel Universe, they are certain that they made the correct choice. Robert Downey Jr. was considered for the part of an intelligent man who comes to the realization that he has been squandering his life because he has already done so. Although Tom Cruise was the first choice for the part, director Jon Favreau believed that Robert Downey Jr. could pull off the role. Number 3. Sam Rockwell's role. Fans have a lot of complaints about Iron Man 2, but none of them are directed towards the film's main antagonist. On the other hand, if we lived in an alternate scenario, it's possible that Sam Rockwell and Robert Downey Jr. would have switched roles in the cast. Rockwell was offered the chance to try out for the part of the hero, and he was one of the candidates being considered for the part before Downey was selected. It says a lot about how great he was as an audition candidate that he was asked to return for the second installment of the series. Number 4. Daredevil's powers. Because Daredevil is a very serious hero, Marvel has decided not to make public the fact that the chemicals that gave him his superpowers were also responsible for turning a group of turtles into teenage mutant ninjas. This decision was made because Daredevil is one of the most heroic characters in the Marvel Universe. The character of Splinter is a parody of Stick, Daredevil's mentor, and the ninjas of the foot, rather than the hand, are the villains the turtles must battle. This is what the authors of the Turtles say, and they say that they copied the most of Daredevil's story into their own, with Splinter being a play on Stick. Number 5. Hulk's origin story. People across the world are expecting more Hulk because of the success of the Avengers, but they were so close to receiving it. As soon as Edward Norton was chosen to play the lead role of the hero, he began rewriting the script to incorporate not just additional character interactions, but also a more in-depth history of the protagonist. He and the director made multiple attempts to convince Marvel that this was the right course of action, but the studio believed more intense action would be more effective. Regardless of the circumstances, the fact that Bruce Banner had tried on his own life is a discovery that the Avengers should receive some credit for. This was the very first scene that appeared in the screenplay that Norton wrote. Number 6. Casting the God of Thunder. When Marvel was looking to recruit its riskiest Avenger, the God of Thunder, the competition came down to 3 actors: Tom Hiddleston, Chris Hemsworth, and his brother Liam Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth was chosen for the lead role, and Tom Hiddleston was selected to play Loki in the film. On the other hand, Chris learned that he had been cast for the role while he was working on the set of Cabin in the Woods with Joss Whedon, who would later serve as his director for the Avengers. Whedon had indicated just a few days ago that he would be an outstanding fit for the role of Captain America, and now here it was only a few days later. Number 7. Odin's secret. During the events of the Dark World, which took place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Odin, who is Thor's biological father, delivered one of the earliest lectures concerning the Infinity Stones. However, the father of the All family was keeping certain facts a secret. According to Kenneth Branagh, who directed the film Thor, Odin was the one who launched the Marvel Cinematic Universe by embedding the Tesseract within Captain America, the Infinity Gauntlet, and a few other artifacts. Branagh made this claim in his commentary for the film, regardless of whether or not the modern writers agree. At this point, all we can do is wait and see what develops. Number 8. Human Torch Costume. The mannequin that appears in the opening moments of Captain America wearing the first iteration of the Human Torch costume is typically interpreted as a lighthearted poke at the prior role played by star Chris Evans. However, the truth is even weirder. Just like Chris Evans, who was recycled into the Avengers because of his image and star quality, the Human Torch was the original Marvel superhero. His name and powers were eventually recycled for the Fantastic Four. Number 9. The Hulk recasting. Mark Ruffalo was not exactly an A-lister at the time when the role of Bruce Banner in the Avengers needed to be recast, so director Joss Whedon was concerned that Marvel would be reluctant to hire him in the role. Ruffalo was the filmmaker's preferred choice. After having been on the shortlist prior to Ed Norton being selected for the role, it came as a surprise to him when Marvel's top choice was also him. Given how the events of the story transpired, it's likely that they now wish they'd taken that decision many years earlier. Number 10. Department H. Both the Winter Soldier and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. refer to a covered agency in Canada known as Department H. The Marvel writers couldn't help but incorporate a reference to this institution in one of their stories. There is one catch, and that is the experimental agency that was behind the initiation of the Weapon X program, which is responsible for the comic book characters Wolverine and Deadpool. Both characters are ones to which Marvel does not currently own the rights. Let's hope Fox didn't notice. So that's it for today. We hope you found our video interesting. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with others. Also, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new uploads. In the end, thanks for watching and see you next time.